Hello. As you can tell, this is not my usual content. Usually, I'd be standing over there holding up a Lego model to show off by some tokusatsu related item. That's not happening today. Today, I am just doing a video where I'm just talking to the camera, and I'm going to do my best to try and address everything with what's been going on. Because as you can probably tell, it has been
366.
days since I last uploaded, and this video is going to sort of go over why. Now, there's been a few factors as to why I've not uploaded in so long, and I'm going to do my best to sort of explain as best I can, because part of it's like a little bit personal, but part of it I feel like I freely say. So I'd say the number one reason why I haven't uploaded in so long is that I was just feeling burnt out, is all. And the reason is because, I guess I've been doing this channel for probably about 10 years now, or it certainly feels like it. And just doing it basically weekly, doing videos weekly at this point, just really took it out of me over time. And just tokusatsu as a whole as well, I just kind of lost track of, and I just couldn't keep up with. And I just got really burnt out with, I just felt like I didn't want to watch anymore. I didn't want to watch the current stuff. I couldn't even be bothered watching the older stuff. I didn't really want to talk about stuff. It got too much for me, and it got to the point where when I was doing this channel, I was prioritizing it more than my social life, because the channel really started to take it out of me towards the later years, because it may not seem like a whole lot of work, which it's not in the moment, because each of the models only take a few hours to make, and it's maybe over 2 evenings it takes me. So it's not that bad in terms of actually making the model. But when the issue comes is when, say if I'm doing a video on Geats, if I'm doing the latest buckle, obviously that's not the newest season, but that's what was new at the time when I last uploaded. So I'd make a buckle for Geats, then the next week I wanted to make something from Super Sentai. And maybe for that video I would have to use a lot of black pieces, for example, which is commonly what I use a lot of in my models. But I wouldn't be able to without taking apart the Geats model, which it would be the Desire driver. And then you sort of see the problem where if I'm doing this weekly, I'm essentially making these models, taking them apart, making them back up again, and over, just repeating that cycle again and again and again. And I just grew absolutely tired of it. It wasn't so bad at the beginning where, I didn't really put much effort into my models and they weren't too complicated, so they were fairly easy to make. But as I tried more, I'm not a Lego expert, it's all just self-taught, but as I actually gave more of an effort into making these models, they became more and more difficult to constantly keep making. And it just really burnt me out. And I just couldn't do it. So I decided I wanted to take a break. And originally it was going to be about 2-3 weeks at most. And then I was going to get back to content and back to what is normal. But rather quickly, 3 weeks turned into a month, and then a month turned into several months, and then that became basically a year since my last upload. And it hasn't been fun, because it's just, I've never known if I want to continue or not. I've never known if I wanted to pick it back up again and or try again if it would even do well. But another reason why I kind of took a break was because my channel was hit with several strikes, and it was actually in danger of getting terminated. But actually last minute Toei took away one of the strikes. And not wanting to risk my channel, which is something that I've been obviously working on for 10 years. If you look back at my older videos on my channel, I think it only goes back to about 7 or so years, but there was videos beforehand that I did upload in the past but they're no longer there because I got rid of them all because I just thought they were absolutely terrible. But yeah, I didn't want to risk my channel dying. Like something I'd worked so hard for and something I spent so much time on just getting deleted overnight. And I couldn't bear if that happened, so I just stopped. And I didn't know if I could continue or should continue, so yeah. But obviously I have posted once again with the Gav Henshin belt, and so why have I posted again now? So there's kind of been a few factors that have brought me back into tokusatsu in general. I'll try go over a good few of them. I mean, it's been, even if it just, one of them feels like it just felt like the right time. But there's a few things I'll go over. One of the first sort of factors I remember was probably Shin Kamen Rider. Now, I did do a video of when Shin Kamen Rider came out, but I found myself really enjoying that film, even when, towards the end of when I stopped uploading, I was uploading, but I just slowed down at that point, and I just wasn't into tokusatsu as much. But that film really did give me a new perspective of. I mean, it's not a perfect film, mind you, but I just found myself really enjoying it. I watched it on my own, with a mate over Discord, but then I actually introduced it to my friends because they knew like vaguely of Kamen Rider only through my channel, but I showed it to them as a film because it's a fun watch, to be honest, and we really had a fun time watching it. And as you may have seen, I did a cosplay of Shin Kamen Rider, and I found myself really liking doing that. And I did a post on my YouTube's Instagram of doing like a photo shoot, which you may have seen, and from that I decided that I kind of wanted to try Comic-Con because I never actually done cosplay in public before. So I went to what's called MCM Comic-Con, which is in London, and they host it twice a year, once in the summertime, once more towards winter. Once once more towards autumn. So I decided to go there with no intention of like getting recognised or anything, or just because I wanted to. I thought Comic-Con would be a fun time, and it's like, I'll have a go cosplaying. And I met like a few people that actually recognised the cosplay, and it was quite surreal because I'd always spoken to people, obviously, in the past, over messaging on phone or over Discord or like on other social apps that knew of Kamen Rider and were a fan of tokusatsu in general. But this was the first time I ever properly met people in person that actually liked it, and it was weird in a sense that if there was nothing, it was like I never felt it before, and it was a really good feeling because it was like it felt actually real to me at that point. And just from talking to these people, I heard that there was going to be a meetup at the Comic-Con for tokusatsu fans and cosplayers, and I just happened to be like, you know what, I will. I'm going to go meet these people, and there I met a lot of people. I spoke to so many people that were just like really cool to talk to. I met all the guys at Toku Power Tyson, who were all really cool, and I met Kezza Henshin, who I spoke to briefly, and she was really nice. She was such an amazing person. And I mentioned that I also knew Marco Satsu because I knew that she made videos with him. And through that, I guess we became friends, really. And from that, I ended up getting invited to Power Morphicon, which was something that I'd always kind of wanted to go in the past because obviously, liking tokusatsu, PMC is like the meetup. It's like the convention of tokusatsu. I can't really think of one other than, say, Japan World Heroes that really does it justice. But so yeah, I got invited and I went over in America for a few days, and we stayed in an Airbnb with a bunch of people, and I can safely say I have never had a more amazing time in my life. I just honestly wished it went on for longer, and I really hope we can do it again because it was just absolutely incredible. Not only for just like being at Power Morphicon, but just getting to be in like a new place when meeting new people who I like have never once have I met people where I've met someone never even heard of them before in my life and just instantly got on with them, and we just had an amazing time with them. Like there's so many people that I met there that I don't even think I could probably name them all, but just to name a few, like Marcos, Kezza, Thomas, Hobie, Mako, Prawn, Fee, Special Form, Faris, Dawn, Austin, just like to name a few. There was so many more. I apologise if I missed your name. But they were all just amazing, and it really lit a spark in me that I hadn't felt in such a long time, since probably the early days of my channel. And it really sort of gave me a push and just inspiration to keep going and just not like give up, because I've been in this slump. Like I didn't want to continue. I was too scared to lose my channel, and I was too not enjoying tokusatsu anymore. But it just really like relit the fire, to say the least. And it was just I can't put it into words. You can check out Kez's video. She did a vlog on our time in America if you're curious to see like what we got up to. But I'll leave a link in the description below. But I just found myself just loving it. It was amazing. And like in the time that I did have off, I did get up to a few things. I decided to try a bunch of new things. I mean, obviously, because I focused less on my channel, I got to hang out with my friends more. Not only like one group, but another group who actually introduced me to Warhammer 40k, which I'd always heard of, but I never thought it'd be something I'd get into. But then I played it once, and I loved it. Even though our first game went on for like 7 hours, I absolutely adored it. And I ended up buying a bunch of models and painting them myself and just loved it. And I also got into playing the saxophone, which I'm still getting there. I mean, I'm better than obviously how I started. I can more confidently somewhat play now. I can't really go off on my own and just do like an improvisation. But I can sort of read sheet music now and be like, okay, I can kind of know what these notes are and I can give it a go. But yeah, and other than all that lot, I think it just sort of was starting to feel like the right time to come back and just give it another go, to be honest. Even if it wasn't as successful as it used to be, I just wanted to, at one point, try again. And when better than the start of a new Kamen Rider series, which was basically what made me love tokusatsu so much, because Sentai was always there, which obviously I named my channel after because I never knew of Kamen Rider in the beginning, but I definitely found myself drawn more to Kamen Rider than Super Sentai. And yeah. So that's basically it. Obviously this is a much different video than what I usually make. It's definitely not going to be the norm, as you can probably tell. I do plan on making one other video at some point, which is, to give you a small hint, it'll be me explaining my experience with a certain cosplay maker that did not go well. So yeah, look forward to that, I guess. And yeah, that's about all I wanted to say, so thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.